there. Today we're at the Suncoast Boat Show in Sarasota, Florida.
We're looking for the best skiff that we could find at this show. And we found it here at the Suncoast Boat Show, and we're about to show you in a second.
Check this out.
All right, so we're looking for the best skiffs. Those are any boats that are under 20 feet. And we're starting here at Seapro with their 17-foot Seapro 172 Bay, and it's on here for $34,000. That's pretty steep for a 17-foot boat. Key West and those other boats are around that same price range, but I mean that's what you're dealing with in today's market. So this boat, it looks like the draft. Let me see what the draft on this one is. Dead rise of 15 degrees, 17 foot, 2 inches, 28-gallon tank, and draft of 10 inches. So you'll get some skinny water in this. This is a economical way to get out on the water with you and your wife, you and your kids. This one is equipped with a Suzuki, 90 horsepower, super efficient. Yes, we love Suzuki. Aluminum trailer. I think the aluminum trailer is included. It's got a nice little bracket out here for getting on and off the boat. And then come over here, it's got the nice pop-up cleats. I like those. Check this out. Nice live well in there. Really nice live well. Let's check out the other side and see what they got over there. So this one has another live well, so 2 live wells. Okay. And then I don't know what this is, but this looks, oh, this is for your anchor light. Okay. Got Bill Jackson's right in front of the motor in there. Now, this has a nice bolster seat with what looks like storage, and it has your anchor light in there as well. Nice bolster seat, and then this backrest. So here you have stereo, your Suzuki gauges, your switches, your Lowrance GPS, fish finder up there, a nice helm station that tilts up and down. And then you got your, I've never heard of this brand, Audison, for speakers. Then you have storage under here at the helm. You have some more storage under this. And you have a lot of area up here that you can walk, which is really nice too. One thing I don't like is the following. Look, check this out. If you get water on the deck, it's going to drain here, right? But look how high it's got to go to drain overboard. So you're always going to have water in here, and I don't like that, but those are just little things. It's got a really nice bimini top up here. Bimini top, and for $34,000 you get out on the water. That's the first skiff that we looked at. All right, cool. Next. All right, we found this. We're going to put this boat, which is the Zodiac 5.5. We're going to put this as skiffs under the skiff category. And as you can see here, this one's 60 grand. So look, 17, almost 18 feet, 8.5 foot beam. And the price is $60,000 for this thing. These things are unsinkable. I wish I could have one of these for spearfishing.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
Are they good for spearfishing?
Yeah, because it's just so comfortable just to get in and out. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
And they're pretty rugged boats. And it looks like they have other models too. So they have the 6.5, which is 76, and that one is 20 foot. They don't have that one here, I don't think. They have this one. So yeah, this one's powered by 115 Merc. It's got this funky looking leaning post with a cooler back here, storage under there, and this is a real simple looking boat. And then that T-top is kind of funky, right?
It is.
Very stylish.
Everything is, from the leaning post to the curved seats in the back. Right? It's kind of cool. Cool little design.
Yeah, look, it's got this. Oh, look at this nice platform back here. Oh, so you can walk out on here. Yeah. These things are unsinkable. I like these little skiffs.
And then what's in these? Is this foam or air?
No, this is air. This is all air.
Okay.
Yeah, these are air. Trailer, single axle trailer. Yeah. They're very simple boats. very rugged. I love ribs. I love rib boats. Zodiac is a very known brand. So this little storage up here is probably for your anchor. So there's not a lot of storage. This console opens up. There's no way for us to get up there because there's no stairs or ladders up there. This console opens up, or a little bit more storage in there. So you sacrifice a little bit of the storage in a fiberglass style boat, you know? And this is a side console model too. So the console's out to the starboard side, and you have all this area to walk around. What do you think, babe? What do you like about it?
I mean, it's really cool looking. Like I said, the design features, like the cutout design of the leaning post, the curved back seats. It's just very slick looking. Right. Red and black, just all of it. And like you said, a good option if you're into spearfishing, wanting to get in and out.
Yeah,
of the
diving
boat,
and stuff.
Diving.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very rugged boats. So people are going to use them as their tenders for their big boats.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's neat. Throw it in the mix, right?
Yeah, we'll throw that in the mix. Let's go on to the next boat. We're at the Palmetto Bay 186, so 18 foot, and this one is 47,000, which is it is what it is. Big boat. Check this out. Oh, what's up, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm Chandler. Y'all already know us, I'm not going to interrupt.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, if you just want to go ahead and show us around this boat, you know it better than we do. So, yeah. So, what is this? 186, so 18 foot, 47,000. Is that what it is? Palmetto Bay?
Yeah, 4769.
Okay. And where are you guys located out of?
So we have 3 locations as a dealer: Lakeland, Palmetto, and Wildwood. We actually manufacture the boats.
Okay.
All the way down to even the gel coat. We even make the gel coat for this boat.
Really?
Through our sister company, Minicraft.
Got it.
So they're manufactured from the bottom to the top in Wildwood, Florida, about 2 hours north of here.
Got it. Okay. All right. So, what do we have in the back? We have a Suzuki.
Yep, we have a Suzuki 115 powered up to a 140. Being the same engine class, you're not going to see a huge difference there. The 115 is a little bit more of a high performance motor, so we prefer this rather than the 90. This could be a top end speed of right about 42 miles an hour.
Okay.
The boat drafts with no jack plate in about 6 to 8 inches of water.
Wow.
So, and it weighs 1050 dry plus the motor, so it'll get you pretty much anywhere you want to go, especially down here.
Interesting. Nice. All right, so what do we have back here?
So on each side you're going to find storage that's completely finished, which is something you're not always going to see in an 18-foot boat in this price range.
Yep.
Perfect. They're insulated. They're foam filled. So they're good for 5-gallon buckets. We've seen people plug them in using them as coolers, whatever works best for you. Of course, we do have a big casting deck because that's what people are going to be using this boat for, primarily the inshore fishing side of things.
Yeah.
So you have a 30-gallon pressurized live well in the center.
That's a very nice live well, and I love this.
The etching is a very nice touch.
Yeah, it's a nice touch.
Being able to see the condition of your bait at all times, especially down here in Tampa Bay, they can be a little sensitive. So we have that 30-gallon well, which is pressurized, and then we also have a 20-gallon well built into the front of the console.
Really? So 2 live wells?
2 live wells, yes sir. Yep. And then we do have the jump-up seats with storage underneath those as well.
Check that out. Awesome.
They really wanted to focus on all the little things to the point that we actually retooled this hull, this deck mold, 3 times in the last 3 years.
Wow, that's a lot of work.
It is. It's a lot of money, it's a lot of work, but we didn't want to get 100 boats out the door and then have a lot of problems. So we kind of refined it, and we're very happy with how it sits now.
Yes. Now, is there a different option for a leaning post versus something else, or is that standard? That's what you get?
This is the standard leaning post. However, we are semi-custom with it. We've built a couple that we've done aftermarket T-tops and even grab bars for people who are a little bit older in age that feel like they need a little more support. So it's definitely something that can be customizable depending on the user.
Nice. We got some lights under here, some little courtesy lights.
Yeah, so this one's equipped at the dash with a digital Suzuki gauge with a NEMA network to your Simrad MFD, courtesy lights. Obviously, you have all your switching for your live wells. And one thing we do about this console is it's actually raised an inch off. So it's sealed and bolted down, so should you ever have to get in there and work on anything, it is not chemically bonded, so you can easily remove it, get to the fuel tank if you need to, anything like that. So we tried to think ahead as much as we could.
Yeah, we noticed that some manufacturers, they have the floor completely sealed for their fuel tanks. And it's like, if something goes wrong, how are you gonna how are you gonna service it? You gotta take the T-top off, take the console off, rip the floor off, and then put everything back. you know.
In our refit shop, we do a lot of that work, so over time we've really come to terms with it, and so as we build boats, we've done our best to try to address the things that we've always felt the most about.
Right. So what else we got up here? We have more storage?
Yep, so
There's tons of storage on this boat.
This is one change that we made, is that this is now wraparound storage with courtesy lights built in, tension hinges on everything.
I like these tension hinges too.
It makes it so much nicer.
It's a lot nicer.
And actually, when we do these, on these you won't see latches on them, and we don't really need to have latches on them because they don't really rattle.
Yep.
So the tension hinges are doing well. The wraparound storage is very nice. It's perfect for life jackets. A lot of times on a boat this small, you don't have a ton of bow storage, especially. So it's definitely something that a lot of people like to have. And we do have an etching here.
That's a really nice touch.
We recently changed the name from Bonita Bay to Palmetto Bay, just because we're located in Palmetto, where we sell a lot of these, and that's actually where the idea came from. So we made a small change there, but we're very excited about it. The boat itself has a 10-year structural hull warranty. There's 0 wood. It's completely composite and foam filled.
Awesome.
Unsinkable. It is not a self-bailing cockpit, just because, just like an old action craft, you know, you really shouldn't be getting much water anyway, but the bilge pump will just pump it out. And then as a brand and a manufacturer, we're standing behind this boat for 5 years, stem to stern on the components.
Awesome. Well, you guys heard it from Chandler, Palmetto Bay Boats. I'm going to put the information in the description so you guys can check them out. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
So Rabco Boats, right?
Yep, Rabco Boats. So I bought the company about a year ago, and really spent a lot of time kind of looking at the product, trying to figure out what it is that people want, how do we want to set it up, what do we want to do with the brand, like what do we want to be known for. And it's probably taken the better part of a year to really go through, like literally end to end, refine the boat to really kind of get to where it is now. Right. We've got an amazing group of guys in the factory, guys from, you know, worked at Intrepid, Yellowfin, Aerocat, like this young team. And I think the exciting thing about what we're doing is we build boats, or this is kind of what we say, is we build boats that we would want to fish in, that we would want to own, and that we would want to have. So if something comes up and they go, how do we want to do this? How do we want to set this up? That's kind of the guiding light.
Well, Rabco's been around forever, 1976. Right?
Yes, they have been around forever. And there's been, you know, different owners, different renditions of it. They've always done kind of these 14, 16-foot skiffs. They used to do the larger 21 and 28-foot center consoles. We actually have a 28-foot center console here. It's the first 28 that Rabco's built in probably 15 years, and it's fantastic.
Awesome.
It's been kind of updated, vacuum infused, the hull, the cap, the liner, and hand laid the stringer to kind of keep the weight down. But it's a fantastic boat. From a quality standpoint, I'd say we're just as good, if not better, than some of these other like big builders.
Awesome.
But from a price point, I think we're coming in below everybody. And the reason of that is we just don't have the brand recognition yet.
So you guys, what models do you guys have? Because I see you have this little. What size is this?
So this is a 14-foot skiff.
Okay.
It's a tri-hull, all composite. Foam filled under the deck for both the 14 and the 16, as well as the foam boxes in the back. So if you remember back in the day, Whaler had that saying, it was the unsinkable legend, right? That's sort of their I don't want to say gimmick, but that's what it was.
Right.
We're doing something very similar.
Okay.
Again, it's all composite, everything hand laid for the 14 and 16-foot skiffs, and then everything done in our factory in Clearwater.
So you're in Clearwater, Florida.
Clearwater, Florida.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So this is your 14, and you have a Tahatsu.
Yes.
Can you outfit it with whatever?
You can do whatever you want. So that's kind of an interesting discussion. So Tahatsu has kind of become, especially in the skiff market, and they're getting really popular.
Well, they're the largest manufacturer of outboards in the world.
Is that true? I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So they do motors for like Mercury and for Honda.
Yep.
I know that their big motors, their V6s are Honda motors.
Yep.
So they build those.
And I think if you take this apart, I think there's a lot of Honda components out of it.
Yeah, and they're great. They're super reliable.
Yep. Yeah. And then anything 25 and under is another thing I like about it. It has the pull start and the electric start.
Nice.
So if you're ever out, you get at the sandbar, the battery runs dead, whatever, you just crank it, charges it up.
So let's take a look at this 14. So this is a big. I see a polling platform, which is really polling pole. Which is really nice, and this huge deck.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that I like about the tri-hull or catamaran style is that you get so much more space.
100%.
So much room.
So this one's very stable because it has the 3 sort of equal chines below. This one's a little bit different, has kind of a web finish with a non-skid on it.
Okay.
Again, because we do everything in Clearwater, from the hull, the console, to the hatches, everything, if there's something custom you want or something different you want, we can accommodate it.
Okay.
Because we do it, we have all the molds, the hatches, everything there. So again, good storage under here. Anything you need for lockers, you know, life jackets, whatever. Some people, they prefer to have the bulkhead hatch, so we could do that here, kind of like the mahogany one over there. And then depending on what you want, we could do live well. Some of the rigging hasn't been completed on this one yet, but live well, you could do ice cooler storage, whatever you want. We also do have an option, you can do live well on the front deck. And then same with the tech. If you want Garmin, if you want, you know, different cup holders, whatever setup you want, we can accommodate that. And then again, all the way back to the motor. Automatic bilge, automatic fill for the live well, and then any type of motor you want, you can do. We put Kusa on the transom.
Oh, okay, nice.
Probably not necessary, but maybe a little overbuilt. But again, we're building boats that we would want to own in the way that we would want them built, and they're built to last.
Can we put a folding platform if we wanted to?
100%. In fact, we have a casting platform that wasn't completed. We're going to have it tomorrow, so it'll be put in on the front deck.
And what's this one run at, like more or less?
So this one actually right now is $24,500 for boat, motor, and trailer. So
boat, motor, trailer, $24,000 out the door.
Yep. So very affordable, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Now this is a 14-foot model. It looks a little bigger than a 14-foot.
Yes.
We have a 16-foot skiff.
Yep.
And this looks even bigger than our 16.
It does.
Yeah, right? It's very spacious.
And this one is 16.
This is a 16.
So
Yep.
this is a 16.
Yep.
This is Buccaneer.
So it's a Buccaneer 16. We call this one a Buccaneer 14.
Buccaneer 14.
Similar style, and then it's a tri-hull.
Okay.
Similar build with the Kusa, the foam boxes, and then the Nidacore deck, and then all foam down below. Hand laid again.
Okay.
And this is a little different in the sense that this has what I would call a drop deck versus a deck kind of like a top deck. Okay. So a little more comfortable, I think, if you're fishing. It's kind of a seating option almost.
So this is like a cap that goes up.
So this is not a liner actually. This is one. So this is interesting. So what we'd like to do is move away from this web finish to more of the liner finish or the gloss finish. So this is actually done by hand.
Oh, really?
But the next step of kind of the direction Rabco wants to go is to build out that liner and put it in. That's the most cost-effective way to do it.
I know that this takes a lot of work.
Yes.
You know, we rebuilt our 24-foot Grady White.
Yep.
And I've done a couple things to it, and I know how much work it goes involved to. So like the fact that you guys can build this, and it's not a mold that you're just slapping on.
It's crazy.
It's impressive.
I'll
This
tell you,
looks just like it's a mold.
some of the finisher guys we have are fantastic.
That's what's going to make or break a company. is
100%.
The guys that work for you.
And then even something like this, like so with the drop deck, with the bow light, what do you do with bow lights if you have a drop deck? If it's the top deck, you can run cables through.
Right.
So we actually made this custom piece, and then we repeated it again on the mahogany one to actually accommodate that. So any little thing like that, we're able to do. We don't like to necessarily do total custom one-off stuff like that, but if it makes sense for the build, we can do it. And then custom bimini stainless steel to match the boat and the color.
Is this paint or gel coat?
Gel coat.
It's pink gel coat.
Yep,
Okay, nice.
Yep. So the funny thing was when we first started doing this, there was nothing better than going into the shop and saying, "Hey, next boat we're making is going to be pink." Heads started exploding, but probably the funniest thing that happened was one of our guys is kind of a guru of gel coats. So he mixed up like 10 different samples. He brought them to me and said, "Hey, here's 10 different colors of pinks. Which one do you want?" And then again, we're kind of giggling, laughing, like, "Oh, this is too Pepto-Bismol. This is too little girl." So it was kind of fun putting it all together. But we had a good time.
What's the price on this one?
So this one with a fully rigged with like a top end motor is going to be right around 40. Yeah.
And if you wanted something a little cheaper, or are they
With
able
a
to?
Tatsu something, you're going to be like upper 30s.
Upper 30s.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad. So upper 30s, and can you get it without a motor if you wanted to?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So we can sell it. So a lot of people call and they go, "Hey, I've got an old, two-stroke, whatever. I don't want to get rid of it, but I want to use it." We're totally fine selling it without a motor, or if they want it rigged up, or if for this one there's no tank. We put a battery in it, but so it's somewhat rigged, but we can do anything you want.
And this is an external tank that would go underneath.
Correct, just like this. Same solid tank. Yep.
Got it. And then what are the models?
Let me show you this one. This one's the coolest one. So this one is kind of a throwback to the old sort of way that we did. If you look here, this is the current Rabco Buccaneer logo. This was this kind of fun throwback logo we made just for this one.
Nice.
And it looks, very vintage, right? So this is all mahogany.
Now, was this a client that ordered it like this, or
No,
you
this
just
is one
did
we
it for
built
fun?
again, just to kind of demonstrate like what our capabilities and what we can do are.
It's very, very reminiscent. Even You got even the knobs and the switches.
The mechanical switches, right? Yeah, take a look at those. Are really cool.
Yeah. So it's got the mechanical old switches, just like the old Whaler and McKee Crafts and all those would have. And this is, it's beautiful.
It's mahogany,
so
right?
pretty.
And then let me show you this. Hey, Robin, I'm gonna honk the horn one time, just for the camera. Don't be mad. Just last time. Isn't that the coolest? So we've gotten some complaints from the neighbors, but it's a little much. But again, something like custom, it's something cool, and a lot of people have come by and they've said, and this is it, it's two things. They go either, I have a 35-foot boat that's just a monster to deal with.
Right.
It takes a ton to get it around. It's difficult. I want a little boat to just kind of putt around, to just take out to the sandbar, or my kids need a little boat for the lake or for the creek or whatever, just to kind of go around like that. So it's been a lot of fun.
Well, it's funny you say that because we have a 24-foot Grady White.
Yeah.
Right? And we just picked up a 16-foot zebra skiff.
Yep.
Okay? And because we want to be able to get up and go and not have to drag the big boat. And it's not even that big of a boat, but it's a hassle.
Yes.
So we could just hook up and go.
It's so funny, isn't it? Yeah.
It's funny how that is. But we're here with Ryan.
Yeah.
Rabco Boats, bringing it back.
Yep.
Vintage. The 16, the 14.
Yeah.
Check out their site. What's
It's rabcomarine.com.
rabcomarine.com.
Yeah.
Custom boats, building them out of Clearwater, Florida.
Clearwater, Florida.
Right, Clearwater, Florida.
Yep.
Call them. I'll put the details in the description.
Yeah, that sounds good. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Awesome.
Our pick for the favorite skiff of the show was the Rabco 16.
Yeah, the Rabco 16. You love to see a company that's been around for so long, that's been revamped by this young couple, and you want to see them grow. The boat is the traditional tri-hull. It's just a solid little boat, unsinkable, customizable, and you could fit it out to whatever it is that you want, whatever your needs are. So a real rugged boat. What did you like about it?
I just thought it was great. It's a perfect little skiff, and the attention to detail and the fact that they do so much, or everything they do is in-house, right?
Yeah, everything that they do is in-house.
I think we've really noticed that is a big, determining factor of the, quality overall of the boat is really how much is done in-house.
Right.
You really can see the difference.
Absolutely.
You're dealing directly with the people who made the boat, which feels really good too.
Yeah. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.